I went from becoming a tax accountant who just wanted to have a family and live a life and buy nice shoes, maybe do some good in the world, to a lobbyist, working on autism issues and really becoming absorbed in the issue, because the people that I got to know in this community, my son, other autistic people across the spectrum, are the best humans in the world. And they motivate you so much to want to make things better. My name is Judith, last name Ursitti. We live in Boston, Massachusetts, and we have 2 children who are now adults. And our son Jack was diagnosed with autism when he was 2. After that, things sort of turned upside down. Definitely for Jack. He was the sort of little toddler baby with autism who couldn't connect in any way. He didn't have words. He didn't have any gestures. He couldn't point. He couldn't say yes or no. We had health insurance. We had, therapists that we could go to. But I learned just because of that diagnosis, he was denied health care. And so I got involved with some families in Texas, my home state, a place where you don't really get health insurance mandates passed. And we managed to get a health insurance mandate passed for autism. Not long after that, I heard from Autism Speaks, and they said, we want to do this around the country. Would you be interested in helping us? And I thought, how can I do that? I then had a 4-year-old with really severe autism, and I thought, I can't do that. So I said, you know what, I'll do this for a year, and we'll see what happens. And then I ended up doing that for 13 years, and I got to know amazing human beings in the autism world who would pick up and come to the Capitol and share their stories with Republicans, with Democrats, with independents, and who just wouldn't give up. We ended up passing legislation in all 50 states. The Profound Autism Alliance is a nonprofit that my family started. And we started it in response to crisis that we were in with my son Jack. When he was 18, 19, he'd had lots of ups and downs in life, like we all do. His was really specific to the challenges his autism brings to him. And so he started dealing with some really severe self-injury that affected his health. He lost a lot of weight, he couldn't eat because of the self-injury. We went to the ER, we went to the gastroenterologist. We looked at oral situations, like what might be going on. We looked at psychiatry, psychology, developmental pediatrician, and with every conversation, it seemed to end with him in the, oh, that's too bad category. And I looked around and I searched on the websites of the existing organizations that are doing a lot of great work, and there was just a chasm. There were no answers anywhere. So our family got together and we said, okay, we're going to fund research and we're going to do targeted advocacy for this particular population. We need the world to support our efforts. We need to be seen and valued. We're a small percentage of the autism population, so we need the broader population to get behind us and help us to ensure health and connection with advocacy, with inclusive research. We need people to join us in this effort. We need help. So when you ask who I am, that's really who I've become because of my experience with my son Jack and his autism and all the autistic people that I've encountered since then. So there has to be some clarity for them and for their loved ones. There just has to be.